you it would work. Don't doubt my kingdom's magic.
Ugh, you're like an overeager spearman, constantly driving in the same point.
Welcome, noble hero. I am so very honored to welcome you this day. May your light illuminate
Let's cut the formalities short, shall we? The poor sap looks terrified.
Excuse me, poor sap? How dare you speak of the hero in such
Allow me to explain. You're in a different world than your own. The Queen of Astir brought you here to ask for your help, and I decided to join as Empress of the Janai Empire.
Deceitful tyrant! How dare you try to pin the responsibility on me alone? This was a joint decision. But otherwise, she is correct, great hero. We beg your forgiveness for not asking for your permission. We would have, were we able to. Only the direst of circumstances led us to pull you away from your home. A mighty necromancer has declared war on our entire continent, and we're currently fighting a losing battle. We need help. Your help.
Oh, don't you worry about that. There's plenty that you can do. I won't pretend to understand how this summoning ritual works, but it made you absurdly powerful. You can do more damage to an army than a cavalry charge on an exposed flank.
Well, I can offer a proper explanation, since it's my ritual that brought you here. The space between worlds is filled with ether, an incredibly potent form of magic. By pulling a person with no magic reserves of their own through the ether, they can absorb it like a dry sponge soaks up water as they pass through. And so, you've been empowered with magic like no one in this world could ever be.
Ugh. I wish you'd given me an explanation that simple. Anyway, I do know one thing. I'm sure you already want to know whether we can send you back home. And the answer is, in time. As I understand it, all that magic you soaked up needs to be spent before you can return home. Is that right?
It is. Sending you back through the ether while you're still full of magic would be incredibly dangerous. If you can't absorb the ether, it'll burn you away instead. You only have a set reserve of magic at your disposal, though it is a vast one. Once you use it all up, you'll be empty again, and it will be safe to send you back.
And seeing that you have to use it all up somehow, we'd like you to spend it helping us fight off the necromancer's armies.
But we brought you here without your consent, and this war doesn't concern you. We make no demands, great hero, but only humbly beg for your charity.
Ugh, if you would. Please pretend I'm prostrating myself on the floor like she is. I do it myself, but quite frankly, it's beneath me.
The impropriety! Is that how you ask for a favor, Empress?
Unlike you, Your Highness, I'm not asking for a favor. I'm offering a fair deal. I have no need to beg when they stand as much to gain from this as I do. You see, hero, we agreed to speak to you together so we could each convince you to join our forces. Our nations are the two at the front lines of the war, and whichever one of us gets you gains a major advantage. So, I'd like to formally invite you to join my...
Excuse me! We agreed that I would extend my invitation first. We're in my kingdom, and the hero was summoned by my ritual.
Ah, of course. How silly of me. I'm just so used to the way we do it back home. Where children wait their turn.
I'm an adult.
Barely. And you've scarcely held the throne for a year. Your father passed so suddenly, I doubt he was able to pass on much of his knowledge to you either. As far as monarchs go, you're practically an infant.
Enough! If you're so mature, then act like it and keep your word.
Very well. Proceed.
I am Queen Lidan Estir. I would be honored if you would be willing to aid my kingdom. Estir is a small kingdom, but it's vitally important. We sit on a wellspring of magical power that allows us to cast powerful spells that would be impossible anywhere else in the world. It's thanks to this source of power that we were able to summon you here at all. And it goes without saying that it's critical that we prevent it from falling into the necromancer's hands. Your surest way of getting back is by helping my kingdom's forces defend our home. The necromancer has sent some of their most powerful creations here. If you can help us destroy them, we can cripple their forces, and Estir will be able to remain a bulwark against them. If they fail in their siege against us, we'll be able to hamper their invasion for the rest of the war. But if Estir falls, the necromancer will be able to create a nearly unstoppable army, and you will lose your only way home. Please, consider staying here with us. We desperately need your help. And we will do everything in our power to keep you safe and ensure you can get back home swiftly.
Well, that's all very touching. But she isn't telling you the full story. Estir is, I will admit, critically important. I don't intend to allow the necromancer to take it. But your efforts would be wasted trying to defend this little kingdom. Estir's army is, in a word, pathetic. They remain a small kingdom despite their hold on this incredible resource, because they rely on the powerful magic that they can cast here, and so were never able to extend their borders past the effect of the wellspring.
We don't need to. The wellspring gives us all we need.
But that means they have almost no experience fighting conventional battles. Their current strategy is to hide behind walls and hurl spells. Doing any proper damage to the necromancer's elite forces will require leaving the kingdom's borders. You'll only have inexperienced foot soldiers to protect you out there.
You underestimate us. We have always known that we would one day need to leave our borders. We've been training.
Training is all well and good. But the Janai Empire has centuries of experience in warfare. We're the only ones equipped to take the fight to the necromancer. My name is Rai Enum Jinst, leader of the mighty Janai Empire. My empire is vast, literally dozens of times larger than Estir. We have practically limitless resources and soldiers. With you spearheading the assault, we can drive the necromancer's armies all the way back to their stronghold. They'll never be able to fight a large-scale war again. And that's definitely in your best interest. my otherworldly friend? Because I'm sure the last thing you want is to be pulled back here a second time. Even the Queen doesn't know how the summoning spell chooses who to bring over. If this war continues, we may need to repeat the spell. And that very well might mean you get yanked back here to do it all over again.
I don't find that likely at all. They'll absorb ether again after they get sent back, and the spell won't choose someone who holds magic.
More half-truths, Your Highness. You're much more deceitful than you appear. We don't know if our little hero will keep the magic they'll absorb on the trip home. Their non-magical home might suck it right out of them, leaving them eligible to be resummoned. You told me that yourself.
My apologies, hero. She speaks true. I didn't want to worry you with theories.
How convenient for you. Anyway, your best chance at staying at home is to join me and my empire in our counter-assault. The enemy will be too busy retreating to continue their campaign against the Steer, so your way back will be perfectly safe.
And you have also hidden something from the hero. Nobody knows what lies deep within the necromancer's territory. Your counter-assault might lead the hero to their death. So they're far safer with me. Also, you might find this interesting, hero. The reason the Janai Empire hasn't already begun their counterattack is because they've been engaged in conquering other nations who were busy defending themselves from the necromancer to fight back. Every country within reach of the necromancer's armies was forced to surrender and join the empire, or else fight a war on two fronts. They would have done the same to Astyr, but we can defend ourselves on all sides if need be.
Every single one of those countries was fighting a losing battle. Now, as part of the empire, they're all holding the line or even pushing back. We're all stronger when we fight as one.
How convenient for you.
Well, there you have it. Who will you join?
I implore you to choose Astyr. We're your safest choice, and our cause is righteous.
The Janai Empire will end this war with your help. You will do the most good with us. Oh! You're a bit of a spitfire when you want to be. Hey, I like it.
Forgive me, hero. You're completely right, and your frustration is warranted. We've thrust such an important decision on you so suddenly, and with so little information.
How about this, then? Stick around here for a while. See the kingdom. Get acquainted with this world. Then, I'll bring you to the Empire to see what it's like there. After you've seen both our nations and what we have to offer you, you can make your choice.
A surprisingly reasonable proposal. What do you think, hero? Then I'll send for some servants. They'll take you to your new quarters and let you rest. You may ask them for anything that you need. As for you, Empress Rai, I believe this concludes our business. My soldiers will see you and your guards at the border.
Very well. Take care, my new friend. We'll see each other again before too long.